This video will go over the Project tab of the eQAPP Setup tool in FUDSChem. For information on how to fill out the other tabs, please refer to our eQAPP Tutorials playlist, linked in the description. Go to Tools, Data, eQAPP Setup. Select your project under the Project Name dropdown. The Project tab is the home base for your eQAPP. It can be used to screen, certify, or approve an eQAPP. It also displays information such as the QAPP status and the date and time of status changes. You will return to this tab several times throughout the process to complete the following steps. The person creating the eQAPP will fill out all of these tabs, as described in the eQAPP Tutorials playlist, linked in the description. Once the eQAPP has been completed, they will return to the Project tab to click the Screen QAPP button. This runs a series of checks to make sure there are no errors in the eQAPP. For more information on errors, please refer to our eQAPP troubleshooting tutorial video, linked in the description. Certain errors can be changed to warnings with a self-serve error tool. For more information, please refer to our eQAPP Change Errors to Warnings self-serve video, linked in the description. An eQAPP cannot be certified until errors are resolved. However, unresolved warnings will not prevent you from certifying the eQAPP. Once all errors are resolved, the eQAPP will display a message of Editing Locked across the top. You can click Enable Edit if further edits are needed, but will have to rescreen once edits are made. If you have no further edits, the eQAPP is ready to certify. When certifying the eQAPP, you can send an automated notification to the contractor, lab, or other parties by selecting them in the Notify on Status Change dropdown. This dropdown will automatically pre-select yourself, so you will be included on the notification. If you include a comment or reason for status change, that text will be included in the email notification. It will also be included in the status history log. Let's click Certify. Once the eQAPP is certified, the certify time and certify username will populate. The QAPP status will change to certified. If you wish to add a comment but are not ready to certify the eQAPP, you can enter a comment into the box and click Comment Only. The same status will remain in the status history, but the new comment will be listed under the reason portion of the status history box. Once certified, the laboratory will review and acknowledge the eQAPP under Tools, Data, eQAPP Lab Acknowledgement. The eQAPP status will update to Lab Acknowledged, and the status history will list the lab that completed the acknowledgement. For more information, please refer to our eQAPP Lab Acknowledgement tutorial video, linked in the description. Multiple labs can acknowledge an eQAPP if needed. Once all labs have acknowledged, the person setting up the eQAPP will click Submit for Approval to send the eQAPP to the core chemist for review. You can send an automated notification to the core chemist or other parties by selecting them in the Notify on Status Change dropdown. You can list a reason for change that will be included in the email notification and saved in the status history log. Let's click Submit for Approval. The eQAPP status will change to Submitted for Approval. Next, the core chemist will review the eQAPP, as outlined in the eQAPP review video, linked in the description. If all of the information in the eQAPP is accurate, the core chemist will click Approve QAPP. Let's do so now. The review time and review username will populate. The eQAPP status will change to approved. Alternatively, if updates are needed, the core chemist would uncertify the eQAPP for edits instead of approving it. If edits are needed after an eQAPP is approved, the core chemist would unapprove and uncertify it. The eQAPP status will change to unapproved and then uncertified as appropriate. The reason for change is required when uncertifying or unapproving. Note that if the eQAPP is unapproved and uncertified, the lab acknowledgement step will need to be completed again. Any errors that were changed to warnings will also have to be converted to warnings again. As soon as the core chemist approves the eQAPP, it will be assigned a versioning number and be selectable in the dropdown in the lower left. The version number is listed in various reports, such as the system-generated eQAPP worksheets, so you can tell which version of the eQAPP is referenced in a report. For more information on creating eQAPP worksheets from FUDSChem, please refer to our eQAPP worksheet overview video, linked in the description. Once the hard copy eQAPP is finalized and a PDF copy is uploaded to the FUDSChem library, you can link it to the eQAPP using the interface in the lower right. Select the library category, the FUDS property number, and subcategory, Planning Documents, then choose the eQAPP file. Clicking Save populates the document title, author organizations, and publication date, based on what was entered in the metadata fields for the library file. 1 year after its approval, the eQAPP will automatically become unapproved and will be given the expired status. At this time, the lab will review the limits to see if any need to be updated due to routine limit studies. If any information in the eQAPP has changed since it was last approved, the lab should notify the project point of contact to update the eQAPP. If no changes are required, the lab will simply re-acknowledge the eQAPP, which can then be resubmitted to the core for reapproval. Don't forget to subscribe to the FUDSChem YouTube channel for more tutorial videos. All of the tutorials and playlists mentioned during this video are linked in the description below. Lastly, if you have questions or comments, feel free to contact us at fuds.support@synectics.net. Thank you.